welcome back to another how-to PermaGone video. The items that you'll need are paper towels, 91% isopropyl alcohol, a dry erase marker, you'll need static cling, otherwise known as saran wrap, and of course you'll need a bottle of the PermaGone. So what I've got here is we got some Sharpie on this plastic. We've got another stamp here. So what we'll do is we will take the dry erase marker, and what you'll want to do is just go across this top surface. What we're trying to do is we're trying to remove the top layer of ink so that we can focus on the underlying staining and remove it with the PermaGone solution. So we've done that. Then I'll also rotate this around, and what we're doing is we're just coating it with that alcohol-based dry erase marker. And then we'll take the rubbing alcohol and we'll remove that here in a second. And what I like to do is I like to give it a nice blast of the isopropyl alcohol so that kind of sits there for a second, and then what I can do is I can wipe as much of that as possible off, and you can see it's already done a good job on taking that top layer of ink off. See what we do over here, another substantial amount, but it's still not removed 100%, and that's what the PermaGone is going to do. So now what we're going to end up doing, so I'm not using gloves. You will want to use gloves and eye protection to make sure that you don't get this on your eye and your skin. Do not consume. I'm going to unscrew the cap, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a liberal amount of this across the top surface. And then what we'll end up doing is covering it with the saran wrap. And I like to set mine out in the sun, but you can also use a heat lamp or any sort of lamp. UV lamp is also good. But yeah, you want to just coat that and make sure that there's enough on there. Now for this next step, I'm going to go off camera and get my saran wrap ready because I can't very easily do this with two hands. So I'm going to go ahead and just extract the appropriate amount of saran wrap. And again, just covering it so that this does not dry up. I do not want to have a pocket of air there because it will act like a car in the sun, and that pocket of air gets pretty hot in there. But so now it's covered. Got a substantial amount on there, thin layer, and I'll go ahead and put this out in the sun, and then anywhere from 8 to upwards of 72 hours. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but now it's just a set it and forget it kind of thing. Put this outside. Okey-doke. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set this out in the direct sunlight. I've got no trees above, and I'll just set this down right here, trying to make sure that I've got all the plastic covering the PermaGone. And again, the plastic is there just to make sure that it doesn't dry out. So now that I've got that adequately coated and it's out in the direct sun, we'll just leave that sit and we'll come back in a day or so. All right, back after washing off the disc, and you can kind of see, I don't know, what is that? 5% of it left, but in the greater scheme of things, it's essentially removed.